Scouts. For our next adventure, we're going to be doing Sky is the Limit. And in my Orange Tiger book here, this is on page 198 is where we start. If you have a little bit older version of this book, it might be a little different, but if you just look at the table of contents, one of the first couple of pages here, you'll be able to find it. So for this one, we're going to be doing requirements 1 through 3. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3, and then at least one of the other ones. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you have to do 1, 2, and 3, and at least one of the 5 other ones. So I'm going to go through all 8 of them with you, and let you guys decide which ones you want to complete. So this one we're going to be doing a lot of talking. There's not going to be a whole lot I can show you, but we're going to include a lot of fun links to some websites and stuff, so you guys can go on your own and look up some of this stuff on your own. Of course, get your parent or guardian's permission before you use a computer. But for requirement number 1, with your den or with your parent, guardian, or other caring adult, go outside to observe the night sky. Talk about the objects you see or might see. So we're going to include some links here and what you might see in the night sky for this time of year. Obviously I can't do this one right now because it's can't see any stars right now. It's still a little bit daylight, so of course you'll have to do that after dark. So number 2, look at a distant object through a telescope or binoculars and show how to focus the device that you choose. So if you guys go into your program materials box, everybody got a pair of these binoculars. Mine happen to be blue, but I think they came in a lot of different colors. So and then show how to focus on them. So on these, if you see, you look through the small end. I'm going to take my glasses off here. Look through my small end, and then there's a little knob here right in the middle, and this slides up and down and helps you focus on it so it's not so blurry. So you guys look really close to me right now, but you're only, oh, there you are. So take these outside. It doesn't have to necessarily be after dark for that one, but it's super fun to look like at the moon with those, or you can look at different stars, or a lot of the time of the year you can see the International Space Station up in the sky. It'll be moving across the sky, so that's always fun to see. Number 3, find out about 2 astronauts who were scouts when they were younger. Share what you learned with your den. So I'm gonna do some research on that one now, and I will be right back with you. Okay, Tigers, I'm back after doing my research on astronauts who were also scouts. So for the first one, I picked Neil Armstrong, and he was the first man to walk on the moon with the Apollo 11 mission, and that was July 20th, 1969. I don't remember that very well, but that's mostly because I wasn't born until the 80s, so I wasn't even around yet. For the second one, I picked Jim Lovell. He was the commander of the Apollo 13 mission. Remember the Apollo 13 mission, they had a lot of complications, and he said that part of the resourcefulness that he used to get back to Earth he learned when he was in scouting. So a couple other interesting facts that I found out of the 312 astronauts, 207 of them were involved in scouting at some point in their life, including 39 Eagle Scouts, 25 Life Scouts, 14 Star Scouts, 26 First Class, 17 Second Class, 13 Tenderfoots, and then a mix of Cubs, Webelos, King Scouts, and then also included in that is 27 Girl Scouts. So that takes care of our number 3. So for the next 5 different requirements here, you only have to do one of them. So we're going to go over all of them, and you guys can decide which ones you want to do. For number 4, it's going to be observe in the night sky or select from a book, chart, computer, or electronic device 2 constellations that are easy to see in the night sky. With your parent, guardian, or other caring adult, find out the names of the stars that make up the constellation and how the constellation got its name. Share what you found with your den. So we're going to include some links here about star charts for this time of the year, and you guys can go ahead and pick 2 of them out of there and follow the rest of the instructions here. So discuss it with your adult leader or parent. all the constellations are made of stars, and a lot of those stars have their own names, or all of those stars have their own names, so that could be really interesting to see what those are and how they got their name. For example, I was looking at the Gemini constellation because I'm a Gemini. Gemini is Latin for twins. The twins were Castor and Pollux. Castor was the son of Tiberius, who was the king of Sparta, and Pollux was the son of Zeus. That constellation is best seen in February and then right away after dark into March and April. So that one's not going to be visible this time of year, but I wanted to look up that one because I'm a Gemini. So draw and name for number 5. Draw and name your own constellation and share your constellation with your den. So I'm going to do that with you guys here. Just going to get a fresh sheet of paper. And let's see. I'm going to make up something here. So for mine, I did mine made up of 6 stars here, and I'm going to draw some lines in them so we can see what I was thinking of here. I'm going to add a 7th star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So I'm going to name this one Scoutus. The Scout Us constellation. And if you see here, it's made up of the 3 fingers of the scout sign along with a thumb and the bottom of his hand. So that's my constellation, and you guys can make up your own however you want to do it and name it whatever you want, and I'd be interested to see what you guys do there. So we're going to have a Zoom meeting towards the end of camp here, and we'll send that link out with the program materials so that you guys can show me all the work that you've done and everything that you found out about all these adventures. Create a homemade model of a constellation. So one of the ways you can do that, and let's see what your scout book has to say here too. But I'm thinking toothpicks and marshmallows would be really good. You can also, in your book here it gives an example. You can get help from an adult, and you can use a tin can, a hammer, and a nail, and punch holes. Make your own constellation maybe, and then punch the holes in the can for making a live model of your constellation. And punch holes in your can, and then you turn the can upside down on like a candle or a flashlight, and that'll shine light through the holes of the can and onto your ceiling. So this is in your scout book, but you can see here gives you the steps there for making your own homemade model of a constellation. Find out about 2 different jobs related to astronomy and share this information with your den. So I went and looked up a few of them here. There's actually quite a few that I didn't realize there was quite so many, but the first one is an aerospace engineer. So engineers are the people that design the stuff we use every day. So an aerospace engineer would work on creating the rockets and the space shuttles, satellites, that kind of thing. The next one is an astronomer, and your astronomer is just somebody that studies the space, studies the stars and planets. And an astrophysicist. So we know that physicists are the ones that study stuff that makes up our everyday life, how things work around us. And an astrophysicist is going to be somebody that explores the different way things react in space, react with each other in space, and how things move. So there's a ton of different things related to astronomy. So it's actually a lot of fun to read about everything that you might not think is related to astronomy. So go ahead and do some research on that. Of course, get your parent or guardian's permission to use the computer. For number 8, with your den or family, visit a planetarium, observatory, science museum, astronomy club, or a college or high school astronomy teacher. Before you go, write down any questions that you might want to ask and share what you learned. So for this one, we're going to share some links to different observatories, planetariums, science museums. There's, with the lockdown lately, a lot of museums are putting virtual tours out on the internet, so we're going to include some links for that. And As soon as I'm done here, I'm actually going to go look at a few of them because they're super interesting to see, and you don't have to pay anything, and you can get a tour of these space museums and the like. So that's going to take care of it for Sky's the Limit. We still have 2 more adventures to do today, so do your research on your Sky's the Limit, and I'd be real interested to see what you guys come up with on that one. So tune in for our next adventure is going to be My Tiger Jungle, and this one's super fun. So we'll be right back.